Alright, welcome back guys to another gun build in Modern Warfare 2. Today we're going to be going over the Expedite 12. For this blueprint, I actually named it the Stalker, which is, I think anyway, sounds pretty dang cool. But what I want to be going over is how broken this gun has become now, and people are not talking about it. So since, Season 1, they added in a whole new category for attachments. You can't have more than 5 attachments, so they didn't change how many that you can have at a time. They did add in a whole new category, which is the guards. And through this, you have 3 different selections. So you have the sprint speed, or the TVCF40 guard, the AZ40 shot guard, and the Azarov T15. I think I'm saying that right. But I wanted to go over this one, which is the AZ40. So it gives you crouch movement speed and aim down sight speed for the cons of being sprint speed, so you don't sprint as fast. And apparently crouch speed and sprint speed are two different things here. You can also tune it to where you can have more crouch movement speed, which is really cool. So, I wondered, I'm like, how many attachments can I possibly stack up to speed up this gun when it comes to movement speed and how fast I could possibly move while I'm crouched in this situation. So I got ahead and put that one on to where it has more crouch speed. Then I went with the lightest barrel that I could possibly find out of the entire category. Tune it to where it has aim down sight speed, aim walking speed, even though that's not really necessary for overall weight. I do put on a muzzle attachment, so it's just a choke to help out a little bit for the damage range of the gun. And then for the stock, I put on the collapse stock, which will give me sprint speed, movement speed, hip control or recoil control, and aim down sight speed, which is really cool. Or I can also put on the crouch movement speed as well. But I went with this one for right now. Actually, yeah, I went for this one. For the collapse one, you can probably go back and forth. I don't know if there's going to be like too big of a difference. But you can put that on there. It gives you a lot more speed here. And then you can actually go down for the void grip. And this one I just tuned for sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed. So I went with this kind of gun, and I actually tested it out with a bunch of the higher mobility or higher end mobility SMGs, and this gun actually beats out all other SMGs when it comes to crouch movement speed by about a second, which is insane. So this is the normal speed that you have now when you combine all these attachments together while you're crouched and moving around. So you pretty much go the same speed as if you were normally walking. This is the speed of which now you're normally walking, so you're actually almost running at this point. Like, you get a large amount of speed out of it, and this is what it's like when you're aiming and moving. So as you can see, it's really bouncy. The animation goes by really dang fast, so you can strafe side to side, and you're a lot harder to hit, even from this range. So actually, I wanted to go over this as well. So I am using the smaller barrel, and sometimes you're able to actually get yourself a 2-shot kill from this range, which is kind of odd. So normally, with a normal barrel, that wouldn't really happen. So if I actually go to here, so you can see it has a wider pellet spread. Yeah, it is a pro, I guess. That just makes it to where you're able to hit more, or hit enemies a little bit easier when you're up close. But it normally means that you have less of a damage range and a wider pellet spread where all your pellets are not landing in the same spot. So normally people try to avoid those because that's removing range from your shotgun. It seems to be increasing it more than anything. You get a lot more power out of it, and you can put on the BRYSON improved choke to where you can tighten it up a little bit more to counteract that. So you have extra damage range and tighter pellet spread. Then you have yourself a extended range of a shotgun. So now, I shot 4 times, and you see me miss every single one of them. I mean, from like right here, I'll take about 2 shots. I want to wait for that one to go back up. So 4 shots, shooting from the hip, obviously it's going to be halved from the hip there. But aiming down sight, 2 shots. Normally you would actually have to get up to like right here in order to still get like a 2-shot kill for a normal barrel. And that's a 1-shot now. So yeah, so run with the smaller barrels, guys. Like, it's completely opposite in this game, so it gives you more firepower if you go for the shorter end. It will reduce the amount of shells that you have though inside your gun, but that's beside the point. You know, I wanted to go over the whole crouch movement speed, and this is why I wanted to call it the Stalker. It helps out a ton when it comes to actual movement speed, but it doesn't stop there. So I got ahead and thought about this. I'm like, you know, what if I go to double time, right? So this gives me double the duration of tactical sprint and increases my crouch movement speed by 30%. I'll put that on there. I can also go over to the collapsible stock right here. Swap out this one. Let's say we want aim walking speed and aim down sight speed. Remove that. Let's see if this thing is any faster. Just a real quick test. It's about the same. So it's, yeah, so you won't really see much of a difference in that. Obviously the aim down sight speed, yeah, the aim down sight speed is going to be a little bit slower, but you do move about the same speed. The gun's really high when it comes to mobility, so there's no way for you to actually really build this gun and have it be incredibly heavy. So it's insane to actually think about. If I wanted to go over that and I actually wanted to increase my crouch movement speed by another 30% with the actual double time perk, and I'll go ahead and go into the game here. I have this set on shoot house, and I'll show you guys how fast I can actually move in game. I can't do this inside the shooting range because the perks don't apply in that area, so I'll be doing it through the actual private match game here. Do a little bit of a weapon inspect.
Team deathmatch.
So as you can see, for some reason it shows my bar or my name on the bottom left, but you know, I can actually move really dang quickly around the map. And this is me normally crouched and moving now. So I'm actually moving at the normal pace as if I was actually like normally walking, which is insane. So you can actually go a low profile and move quieter, but also faster. So the game does not pick this up a whole lot when it comes to audio, and you can actually mess around with this as well. Even aiming down sight and crouching, you still go a pretty reasonable speed. This is about normal, about like default now, that you would normally be walking around aiming down sight. So it's pretty dang cool. So they moved, or essentially just moved all the normal stats as if you're normally walking, normally aiming down sight, to now being about the same, but in the crouch position. So obviously standing up, I can move way faster, swing around sides incredibly quickly. Shifting is a little bit slower. Obviously I have the step side to side. If you're like swinging real hard left or real hard right, it's a little bit better. Moving forward is even better. This gun is built for aggression. Even moving normally like this, like look at this thing. You can move fast with it. There's also another build that I have set up, and it's pretty much all 5 attachments on the gun that is built towards sprint to fire speed, so you can actually get this gun to where it's faster at sprint to fire speed than any other gun in the game. And like I said, it's built for mobility. It is really designed for pure aggression and nothing but that. And the shorter the barrel, the more damage range you get out of it. So that's one thing a lot of people don't actually run. So let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments. Are you guys going to be using this kind of build? I sure am. Like, you know, I actually have a different build for this right here. If I go and click on the gun, I have another build for it, but it has the suppressor on there, so I have a little bit of a stealth option. So it's about the same. Like, I can't really tell the difference in the movement speed, so I can actually fire. It'll be a little bit more quiet. You can just move around corners. So this is my stalker build for a shotgun. Really dang broken. I'm loving this gun. It is probably one of my favorites. It's no 725, but it is incredibly busted in several ways that you can possibly build it. So I highly recommend giving this gun a go and just mess around with it for a few hours inside the gunsmith. You can make some weird broken stuff with this. But aside from that, again, let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.